Salutations everyone, Shadow here back with another power scaling video for y'all to enjoy. And in today's video we'll be taking a look at if Team 7 and their different incarnations could defeat the duos from the Akatsuki. But before we get into that, I want y'all quickly to hit that like button, comment your thoughts down below, and subscribe to the channel. And don't forget to click the notification bell to know when I upload. Finally, check out both my Patreon and my YouTube membership program. You get cool rewards such as being able to access videos early when I finish them, or joining my private Discord. As well, you obviously support the channel. Now, this is a rather interesting topic as we see Team 7 in different forms or its different members face off against some of the Akatsuki members. But today, we'll be taking the 3-man squad of Naruto, Sasuke, and Sakura during Shippuden and putting them up against the Akatsuki duos. We will mainly be looking at the different incarnations of these 3 characters and putting them up as a team against different Akatsuki duos. It'll make more sense when I actually explain each matchup. But now, which Akatsuki we'll be using? Well, it's very simple. We'll be using the one we see during the time of Shippuden. Now, we will be using the feats and statements that are shown in the manga, while using the guidebooks as supporting evidence for our arguments for each matchup. Finally, we won't be including Zetsu or Obito for very obvious reasons. So, without further ado, let's get into our first duo, that being Deidara and Sasori. Now, when it comes to this matchup, we'll be using Sasuke, Naruto, and Sakura from the beginning of Shippuden versus Deidara and Sasori. And this matchup's not going to be easy in any capacity. Now we know in canon, Deidara and Sasori fought, and Sasuke might have been stronger due to absorbing Orochimaru's power. And if he was, it's an unquantifiable increase, so it's hard to gauge how much stronger. That being said, since Sasuke did win the fight with extreme diff in canon, it's safe to say he's probably not winning the 1v1 here. Luckily he doesn't have to, as he has Naruto and Sakura backing him up. But Deidara also has Sasori, so it's not as clear cut. Firstly, we can get out of the way the Hiruko shell. That's getting dealt with very quickly, so we're not going to waste time on it. What is, however, going to be an issue is the third Kazekage puppet and its massive range with its jutsu. Now, I definitely see Team 7 having a hard time dealing with it, alongside evading Deidara's bombs that he'll be bringing from above. However, it's not impossible, as Sasuke does have good range with his Chidori Sharp Spear and his Chidori Senbon, and Naruto should be able to evade the Iron Sand like Sakura. So it's not impossible for them to deal with these two, and for Sasori's poison, Sakura still should have the antidote, so yeah, that's not a problem. So let's say they deal with the third Kazekage puppet. What then? Well, Sasori doesn't really have much else to offer. The 100 puppets jutsu is getting dealt with by 1,000 Naruto shadow clones. Remember, that's 10 shadow clones for every single puppet. So it's very safe to say that if Team 7 is able to take down the third Kazekage puppet, they beat Sasori. And if they beat Sasori, then Deidara is most likely not going to be able to beat the entire combined might of Team 7. But if you believe Sasuke's buff from Orochimaru's power was a bigger amp than getting help from both Naruto and Sakura, then Deidara can definitely win. That's if Sasuke doesn't drop a Kirin on them, as I don't see what either Sasori or Deidara is going to do against the Kirin. But then let's move on to our next fight, that being Kakuzu and Hidan. Now for this fight, we'll actually be skipping ahead and be using Heavy Sasuke, Rasen Shuriken Naruto, and still beginning of Shippuden Sakura, as she doesn't really get stronger here. But how will this fight go? Well, it's actually going to be much easier than the previous fight. Firstly, I already made a video on Sasuke versus Kakuzu, which you should all check out, so I won't be going into too much depth about this, but Sasuke should scale above Naruto, who is able to fight and react to Kakashi for multiple hours. While Naruto was not stronger than him, he was still able to react to him. This same Kakashi, while being slower than Kakuzu, was able to react to him. So Sasuke, being much faster than Kakashi, should have no issue reacting to Kakuzu, especially with his Sharingan. This would be especially true since Hidan wouldn't really be a factor in this fight, as Sasuke could easily speed blitz him and cut his head off, or Naruto and Sakura could fight him while Sasuke deals with Kakuzu. This is a very straightforward match, but the next one is a very different story. Because next up we got Itachi and Kisame. Now the Team 7 in this fight will consist of the same Team 7 we used in the last section, and honestly, it does not look good for Team 7. Itachi on his own would prove to be an incredibly difficult challenge for Team 7 to deal with alone, but you throw Kisame into the mix and it makes it almost an impossible task. But it's not fully impossible, as Team 7 does have some win cons, that being Naruto's Rasen Shuriken. If Naruto hits Kisame with a Rasen Shuriken, which isn't impossible, then boom, they can all jump Itachi and might be able to beat him with extreme diff, since I don't think Samehada is going to be able to heal a Rasen Shuriken hit. This is the same for Itachi. If Naruto's able to land a Rasen Shuriken on Itachi and kill him, they might be able to jump Kisame and land a second Rasen Shuriken. Another win con is Kirin. If Sasuke is able to pull it out early, which he should be able to, then Kisame's dying for sure. I don't know what you guys think he might be able to do against it. While yes, Samehada might be able to absorb some of it, it's definitely not absorbing it while it's all around Kisame. And then Itachi would have to pull out the Susanoo to survive it, and then it becomes a battle of attrition. Could T7 last long enough against Itachi? I mean, maybe, there's potential. However, I still do see this being an extreme diff fight for Team 7 just because of how powerful Itachi and Kisame are. So it's more likely that Itachi and Kisame wash Team 7. Now let's look at our final fight, that being Pain. Now this fight will be skipping ahead again. This will include Sage Naruto, Taka / 5 Kage Summit Sasuke, and again Sakura, as she doesn't really get much stronger until the War Arc. And they will be facing off against the 6 Paths of Pain. Now I will not be factoring in Konan here because she tends to stay with Nagato, but how would this team deal with Pain? Well, this is not an easy fight, but like the last fight, it's not impossible. Now, Sage Naruto on his own was able to clear out multiple paths of Pain, killing every single one except for the Diva path. So giving him Taka, Sasuke, and Sakura as support should be helpful. Now, Taka Sasuke does get kind of a bad rap for his poor performance against B, but he actually didn't do terribly and was able to keep up with base B. And Jugo did state that he had not fully recovered from his fight with Itachi, so saying he should at least be able to keep up with the weaker paths is no stretch. But this fight is going to be very much Sasuke and Sakura running support for Naruto, but even if they do, I would still put this as a high to extreme diff fight. Pain is just very powerful, and while people say he was weakened in his fight against Konoha, that's an unquantifiable weakening just like Sasuke had, so we can't say how much that would impact the fight. Now, 5 Kage Summit Sasuke is just a completely different story, as with Sage Naruto, I think he's beaten the Paths of Pain. Sasuke gets such a dramatic power-up between his fight with B and the 5 Kage Summit that is just not fair. Like, he's able to fight and react to the 4th Raikage in version 1, who was able to fight KCM1 Naruto. On top of that, he's got Sage Mode Naruto with him. Sasuke on his own could take down multiple Paths of Pain, same could be said for Sage Naruto. So in the end, they're just jumping the Diva path. And now, while yes, the Diva path could pull out a large-scale almighty push or a planetary devastation, if you want my honest opinion, I don't think he's gonna have time for that. He's gonna have Sage Naruto trying to run his hands up close and personal, and when he tries to back off, Sasuke's gonna be firing Susanoo arrows and shooting Amaterasu at him, which he can control, by the way. As well, Sasuke should be fast enough to fight Pain up close and personal, if not potentially faster than the Diva path. Pain is just gonna be far too overwhelmed to really try anything. And if he fires a single almighty push, well then Naruto and Sasuke can capitalize on the 5-second window. So while with Taka Sasuke it becomes extremely unlikely to beat Pain, with 5 Kage Summit Sasuke it actually becomes very likely. But that's the video. I hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, remember to like, comment, subscribe so I know to do more Naruto videos. And until we meet again, good luck in your power scaling endeavors.